Oh, gobble, gobble. We are all full of turkey and full and over all this bad officiating. But before we get into all that kind of craziness, I hope everybody out there had a really, really awesome Thanksgiving and hopefully you enjoyed some time with your family. Slayton, you did some traveling, man. Where'd you end up going?
Dude, I'm still defrosting. I was up there in Alaska. I was there for a good 7 days. It was pretty damn cold, man. We were -2 for a couple of the days I was there, 2 degrees. But man, the time changes really screwed me up. I was all jet lagged for a couple days here, and now I'm starting to get back to normal. So it's nice to be back in the saddle.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, glad to have you back, man. I'm glad you had safe travels and glad you had a good time. Um, Man, let's I guess let's just dive right into it. I mean,
Right.
it's playoff time. Like this is the last week, so most people, hey, you have to win to get in. All right, crunch time. So this week's waivers are going to be important. Looking at who to start, who to sit, injuries. This is where it all matters. It all culminates right here to see whether or not you make it into your fantasy playoffs. So tune in, pay attention, take notes, and let's get into it. So we had a little news. So let's cover some crazy things that happened. One, how about who the heck are these Panthers out in Carolina?
You gotta do me like that early. All right, man. I gotta give credit to where credit's due, man. They've looked really good. They starting to get a groove together. Granted, there was a couple things that were going on in the game that I wasn't in love with, but at the end of the day, they won. So I gotta give credit to them. They looked fairly good. Bryce Young has looked pretty good over the last couple weeks, and I'll tell you what, I did some diversifying of the revenue whenever I was doing my best balls in the off season, and I did not realize how many shares of Bryce Young I ended up with. So I'm pleasantly surprised, and I feel pretty good right now.
Yeah, I bet you are pleasantly surprised. Especially as good as Tedroy McMillan has looked, man. He
Yeah,
has looked pretty dang good. How about that?
phenomenal. And just to like piggyback off of that, like they're really starting to get things together. Coker's starting to make a role there for them. So like I'm really happy to see Bryce Young take that step forward because there was a point here in the beginning of the season that we were all kind of like, yo, man, like what are we doing? And it did not look good. So I'm happy that Andy Dalton didn't have to come back to save the year again. But man, I'm really really happy with how they look near the end of the season here.
Yeah, for sure, man. So let's look at some studs and duds. Let's real quick look at week 13, how our players did. So we had some pretty good performances. Kind of one that really kind of stuck out to me is not an actual individual player. It's actually an entire group of players. And who do you think that is?
New England's defense.
Ah, yeah, no.
Yeah, they 17-point week this week, so I'm feeling pretty good about them boys, man. They pulled me into a tight 6 seed going in here and got me the win, so I'm feeling pretty good about that. But who are we talking about?
Seattle, bro.
Oh, I know.
Their defense dominated. It
They're
was embarrassing.
they have been on fire the last couple weeks, and I'm just excited that Jackson Smith and the Jigba is taking a really big step forward. The ghost of Cooper Cup, he's still there, but he's doing all right. And to see Sam Darnold come out and kind of take everything that happened at the end of the season last year as a grain of salt and to keep trudging forward. And I think that what they've put together has been phenomenal. Especially that defense too. That defense has been outstanding. They are starting to look back in that form of when they won their last Super Bowl. So I'm really excited to see kind of what comes of this team. I think there's going to be a Seattle Rams game. here in the playoffs that I think is going to really be a barn burner.
Yeah, the only thing I got with Seattle is they got to figure out what's going on with Zach Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, that whole dynamic there.
Brother, just one of them please get hurt. I hate to wish an injury, but like, damn, dude, like you guys are just squandering both, and it's terrible. Like, and they're not like both usable, which is really sad. Like, I guess it's good for like football in a sense, like it's good for their career, but at the same token, like we're not really getting a whole lot of crazy weeks from both of them. It's just kind of middling, or like one blows up, and then it's just kind of like, oh, okay. But you never know. There's no rhyme or reason. It's all kind of like scheme dependent and like game script dependent. It's weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense at all, bro. Because it's kind of we're starting to see the same situation in New England, which Ramondre Stevenson's back after Travion Henderson. It shows that, hey, I can be the guy here. Like, what the hell are they doing? Like, obviously Travion Henderson is your guy. Ramondre Stevenson, just all he does is fumble the ball for you. So I don't know, man. It's hard, but yeah, Seattle looks really, really good right now.
Tell you what's going on in New England, brother. It's Josh McDaniels, dude. The guy is a scumbag. Like, I cannot stand Josh McDaniels, and I think he's a fraud. And the only thing why I think they have.
Yeah. Bro, it's crazy. So let's look at some other studs here. Bijan Robinson. Bijan Robinson did amazing, but let's be fair. He's going against the Jets. I mean, the Jets
are pitiful.
It's boo-boo juice. Boo-boo juice. Yeah, so Bijan goes out there, rushes the ball 23 times, gets you 142 yards and 1 touchdown on the ground. But, I mean, he's catching 5 of 7 targets for 51, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's what you want in your running backs right there, especially the PPR format. Patrick Mahomes is still looking great, man. Like, it's the first part of the season, he looked a little slow, like the Chiefs were just lacking or whatever like that, but Patrick did pretty good, man. He got you about 261 and 4 tutties, though, so that's pretty dang good. And, of course,
Rashid Rice.
That was my next one. Rashid Rice. So if Mahomes is doing well right now, usually that means Rashid Rice is right behind him. Rashid Rice got 92 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he got 8 receptions, though. Like, anytime a receiver gets over like 6 receptions, I think that's amazing. But how about Dontavian Wicks?
Dontavian Wicks looked good this week. It's been really weird in Green Bay. There's no rhyme or reason. Christian Watson coming out of nowhere and like really ascending this year, which I'm very, very happy for. I really don't have too many shares of him, to be honest with you. I have maybe 1 or 2 in some dynasty leagues, but at the end of the day, like, he has not looked good. He's been one of those guys that like has always been kind of middle of the road, would catch a couple passes, and then like, next thing you know, he was in 3 weeks and then he's out for the rest of the season. And like, he's just been plagued with injuries, and like, I'm happy to see him kind of like shed the injuries and play a good couple string of games here and like really kind of be productive and be useful and everything that kind of Jordan Love's needs right now, because everything is in complete disarray. Like, you're losing players left and right as far as your wide receiver core. So like, I don't know. It just seems interesting to have him back and to see him rolling, and to see Dontavian Wicks making a wild appearance this week after being just silent for months.
Yeah. How about we flip the coin here and we look at duds? How about another dud, which is for 3 weeks in a row, Lamar Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on, dude?
Piss poor wide receiver play, holding on to the ball too long, trying to do too much, like the same shit that happens every year. Like it's the same song and dance, but they do nothing to fix it. Like it blows my mind how that man has been there for how long, and there is no wide receivers there to help him. Everybody disappears when it gets time to be for real. And I've about had it because like I've been screaming to the rooftops, like, please draft a wide receiver that's worth a damn. But I'm starting to get to the point where like I don't think it's them. And nor do they want to put that much capital into a wide receiver when they're paying Lamar that much. But at the end of the day, like he can't do it all. You know that he's going to get hurt if you do put him in that position. So like what are we doing? Like it makes no damn sense. And the line's terrible. Like the line's not great, so I'm just like, man, like what are we doing? Like we need to get something figured out here. And you think that Hardball would get this figured out, but he still is just dancing around the fact. So
yeah, what the heck is going on with Harbaugh? Normally it was like you could trust Harbaugh's offense, especially with Lamar Jackson. We've known that you really can't trust a wide receiver in Baltimore. We've known that, but Zay Flowers has usually been like this year has been pretty dang good. But he goes out like this week and bro gets you what 6 yards.
Yeah, he normally is. And that's the thing. Like he normally does great throughout the season. He's a great player, but once you get into playoffs, like the dude's dropping everything.
Yeah. And he lost a fumble too, so that hurts your points. Especially if you have negative points for fumbles.
Like it comes week, 12, 13, 14. Like everybody's hands turn into stone out there. And like tight ends inclusive. Like those guys turn into bums too. And then it's just a little more. He's trying to do everything behind a struggling line. And then they're not even calling run plays with Derrick Henry. I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. It's almost like, man, for Baltimore, do we pump the brakes? But I mean, if they have favorable matchups, that's the only thing.
And the only thing is like at the end of the day, if Lamar breaks off one big run, it earns you your week.
Yeah. Yeah.
He breaks off a touchdown, it wins your week. So like it's just super hard not to play him, but he's shown the last 3 weeks that it's just not been good, and it's just been poor offense play as a whole.
So I know this is crazy to say, or to ask, but so this is win and get in kind of situation for a lot of people, and the next 2 matchups offensively should be pretty favorable in the playoffs with Lamar Jackson. So they have the Steelers this week. Week 14, and then most playoffs start week 15, and then they'll go 16. So he's got Steelers this week, which is a home game, and then they're away at the Bengals, and then they're home again with the Patriots. So from what we've seen from Joe Burrow's return, it looks like they're going to be putting some decent points, and then the Patriots, we know they're going to be putting up points, but then their defense is really solid too. So how are we thinking with the playoff push from here? Steelers, Bengals, Patriots. How should people be feeling about Lamar Jackson going forward? Because I mean, you drafted him high. He's your quarterback 1 on your team.
All right, you have to start him the next 2 weeks. Like it just is what it is. You did not draft this man to sit on your bench. Once you get past that first week of the playoffs and he played the Bengals there, like I really think he's going to win you that first week. That second week when they play New England, that's when you start getting shaky. And hopefully you have a backup quarterback that's halfway decent on your bench that has a favorable matchup. Because I can tell you New England is an absolute buzzsaw right now when it comes to defense. And I really do not believe that the wide receivers are going to do dick all against them. Christian Watson has been an absolute lockdown corner since he got into the league. The dude's insane. I bet I actually put bets on him his rookie year to be defensive rookie of the year, and then he got hurt, but was looking that way all the way through the season. Broke my heart. So I do think that you start both this week and next week, but after that, you might want to take a look at a different option there.
How about America's favorite wide receiver, Jackson Smith-Njigba, only getting 2 receptions for 23 yards? If you needed to win, man, that didn't help you.
No, it didn't. But at the end of the day, like, they're showing, hey, we don't even have to use Jackson Smith-Njigba. They're just showing off now. You know what I'm saying? Ignorant.
Yeah, it's definitely showing like Sam Darnold succeeded in Minnesota, and now he's succeeding in Seattle. So maybe it was just Darnold didn't find the right system or have the right opportunity, and now, boom, here he is. Because I'm not going to hold Jets' version of Sam Darnold against him. It's the Jets.
Yeah.
When it comes to quarterbacks, I can't hold the Jets or the Browns. I mean, I can't hold quarterbacks that drafted the Jets or the Browns. I can't. Because too many times we've seen those quarterbacks go to other teams and be successful, i.e. Baker Mayfield right now, okay, who had to travel to a couple teams to find his home in Tampa.
You got to either show patience through dynasty and just really have to believe in them, or you got to sell out. And in a season long, dude, like, you can't trust any of those guys. I mean, maybe as a spot start, week to week, but I wouldn't trust him, man. Like the never been their strong suit in either of those two places. So like I just no. Nope, we're good.
I can't remember the last time that the Jets or the Browns had like a true like offensive minded kind of head coach, like an offensive guru kind of head coach. You know, I mean, the Jets had Rex Ryan for all them years, where the only time they went to the AFC Championship with Mark Sanchez, Mr. Butt Fumble himself. And maybe Browns fans can help me out here, but I can't remember a time where an offensive guru, and don't say Kevin Stefanski, because like that's not offensive guru. Offensive minded, yes, but offensive guru, no.
I mean, run game guru, I think he's got the fucking run game figured out, but his piss poor, dude. Like,
I think that was kind of Stefanski's thing when they brought him in, was like run game.
And like, you know, they had a little bit of a wide receiver, you know, core there for a minute when OBJ and Landry was there. But like, man, like
they kind of had a nice looking squad on paper though.
Yeah. They had a really good looking squad then, and I think that was around Josh Gordon area too. So like, man, like
bro couldn't stop hitting the ball, man.
Yeah, he was smoking that weed.
Yeah.
But that was one of my favorite players, you know, watching whenever I was growing up, was Josh Gordon. Like, even though he was a complete dumbass in like how he operated as a professional, but man, what a talent. And just like going back and listening to some of his interviews and like some of the things that he says about like how messed up he was, and he was going out there and playing games just completely wrecked. Like, you're like, dude, like, it wasn't just weed. He was partying his ass off and like showing up to these games just hammered drunk and going up there and putting up like 150 yards.
At least the last time you had a party animal starting games for you in Cleveland, I mean, to our knowledge, he didn't show up, you know, inebriated. No. He was partying the night before, but he at least showed up straight the next day. Yeah,
it's just crazy.
And for all of you who don't know who we're talking about John Money Manziel.
Yeah. Which I watched that documentary about him not too long ago, like The Untold Truths or whatever.
It was good.
Looked like he was getting back on the like straight and narrow, and then like I seen like a video of him like last week with the guy that shines the shoes and stuff, and he looked like he was trash, dude. Like, he looked like he was tore up.
And he got money from that documentary. He's out there partying again.
Yeah, he's back. He's back getting lit.
That didn't last long. He just long enough for the world to feel sorry for him for 5 minutes, and then boom, now he's. To stick with the Browns, they are announcing that Shador Sanders will start again week 14, which
Okay.
I think as he should, just kind of see what you have in him.
I'll be honest with you. I've been very impressed with how he's handled the media, how he's handled coming into this spot. Granted, he hasn't had the greatest hand dealt. At this point, I understand, there are some things at fault. There was some things going on behind the scenes that kind of hindered him on many levels. But how he's handled things, how he's not completely gone out there, trashed everything Kevin Stefanski when he has pretty much every right to. At this point,
Yeah.
the entire team is around him. You can see that the entire team wants him to be the quarterback. I don't think anybody from that team wanted Dylan Gabriel or wanted Joe Flacco or wanted any of those guys. I think truthfully they wanted Shador. Man, we're getting all sorts of people here. Well, good evening, boys. How's it
going? and ladies, there's one lady.
Heck yeah.
We don't know how you identify, but I don't care. So can we touch on some of these bad officiating calls that we've seen this week? Because we've seen it the past couple seasons, just like blatant, like what? But it seems like this week in particular, there was like an obscenely high amount of bad calls. Even one like super questionable field goal. There's some people are saying like, oh well, this is the rule and this, and they can't review it. Like all scoring plays are reviewed, except for field goals that go over the crossbar.
Loopholes.
Yeah.
Like what, dude? Like, come on now. Like, this is insanity. Like, I don't know. You got rules for every other fucking scenario out there. So why is this not reviewable?
I don't know, man. Like, so we saw it crazy with Washington and Denver. Like the whole fourth quarter was just crazy calls. Most of them didn't even make sense. They were just bogus. Even the announcers were saying they were bogus. Was it Colts Texans? A couple other bogus calls, like phantom pass interference, as my buddy Jeff likes to say over at Unstable, like saying Kenny Moore committed a pass interference on defense, but he never touched him. They showed the replay one time, and everybody saw he didn't touch it, and they never played the replay again.
Yeah, dude. Hey, man. So what's the over under? Are we gonna have more people being uncovered for gambling and that type of stuff? Because like I'm feeling like there might be some more chickens in the hen pile.
Hey, check their FanDuel account. Check the referee's FanDuel account.
I swear, dude.
What's going on, Chase? Welcome in. Chase, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You get a chance to win a free jersey. You see it down at the bottom. Once we hit 200 subscribers, get you a free jersey, my man. See, if you're doing a Q&A, I have the number one claim, 12-team PPR league. I'm 10-3. I have Kyron Williams. Do I use the claim for Blake Corum? I've been holding it to pick up a running back if there's a major injury. Excellent question, Chase. Thank you. That is an amazing question, man. You have the number one claim. What do you think about him picking up Corum, or do you think he's safe at Kyron and maybe shifting gears to another handcuff or maybe another player?
I mean, there's not much out there left, to be honest with you. Like, there's really nobody that is really standing out unless there's an IR guy that you would be like, maybe keeping your eye on for a late season push. Like somebody that might come back in the next week or two. Because I've been
Trey Benson,
or like Mike Evans. I've been seeing some people make up Mike Evans. So I'm sure there's some whispers and some rumors of him coming back. But I mean, realistically, if you're bolstered in all areas, which it sounds like you are, it sounds like you are in a pretty good position with the 10-3 team that you have. So honestly, I think what the big deal here is if you're bolstered in all position and
Awesome job, Chase. Man,
oh
I tell you what, I don't know, Chase, if you've listened to the show before, but hopefully you were listening to us when we told people to, hey, go grab Trey Benson as soon as he went on IR and everybody was dropping him.
yeah,
Hopefully you were one of those smart individuals that went ahead and did that, man, because it's going to pay off for you.
yeah, he's gonna come back and run all over, man. Like especially with Jacoby Brissett still behind the saddle there, like it's looked really good. And like I
They decided not to open the window for Kyler Murray. Did you see that? So it's Jacoby Brissett probably the rest of the fantasy season. So
rightly so, man. Like congrats because he's looked good. That offense has looked good.
yes,
It's operated fluently, which is nice. So I mean,
smart man there, Chase. I like your style, man.
realistically, man, if you have a little bit of space to kind of bolster and make sure that if there is a freaky injury or something to go on, that you're not just caught with your pants down, I would definitely pick that up. But I mean, if it's something that you've got depth in the area, I would kind of dig further and see if there's any IRs or anything good that you can swoop up.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to look here and see, like in one of my base standard PPR leagues, look at the waiver there to see if there would be somebody maybe that you could pick up, because running back depth is so important, especially in the playoffs. Man, Monangai looked good. He might be available in your league. I think Monangai. So Monangai is one of my actually waiver targets this week.
Yeah,
Seeing how him and Swift work together, that was pretty good.
I would pick him up over Corum, 100% if he's available.
I just like the way the offense is using the running back. Ben Johnson. I mean, because we
Yeah.
saw how Ben Johnson was able to use David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs in his time in Detroit when he was their offensive coordinator.
Well, I'm not liking Ben Johnson right now. He's screwing me on some Roma Doomsday shares, and I'm pissed.
That is weird. I love Roman Dunze.
I loved him, and he looked fantastic coming out, and then like out of nowhere, just flip and switch, and it's been trash last couple weeks. And I'm like, man, like what is going on? And it's really bugging me, and I don't know if it has something to do with the emergence of Kyle Monangai or what the whole deal is there. But
He
DJ,
said Monangai is taken. This is a 12 team with 6 bench spots, so it's really thin. Yeah, that's going to be pretty thin. So if Monangai is taken, then I don't know. Maybe if Alec Pierce is available, because now the Colts are kind of in a position where they have to win like every game.
yeah,
Because that loss to the Texans, that weird
yeah.
loss, that was a weird game.
And they played this week, which is, I mean, I don't think they look great by any means, but they're winning games.
Talking about Jacksonville? Yeah, they're not winning pretty.
They're not
but
winning.
winning.
It's going to have to be a big game here to get something done. So I don't know. This is I'm praying that defense is going to just hem them up pretty good. It's going to be a low scoring game, and there's not going to have to be a huge score for them to win. But for fantasy, that's not going to help us.
No, not at all. That doesn't bode well for us at all. Yeah, man, if Monangai is taken, which I mean, by all rights he should be. Yeah, I mean, Alec Pierce. Just looking at an example from one of my leagues that's available, like Alec Pierce.
Dare I say it?
Say it, man. Say it again.
Treylon Burks.
All right,
Yeah,
you can say whatever you want to say. I mean, it's a free country.
Do you see that catch though? Come on now,
bro. And wearing number 13.
He's back.
Like, think about this. If Treylon Burks actually it becomes like pretty decent, like not say like, look, it's Terry and Debo. Like we all know that. But to say if Treylon Burks is actually decent,
serviceable, that would be crazy.
Bro, the Titans. What are you doing with your players? Because they leave you and they go do well.
Yeah, well, what are you doing with your quarterback?
wasting him, I guess.
That's why they're leaving, because they ain't got nobody there.
Yeah. Mike Evans is available actually, but could end up. I don't know if you leave Evans on the waiver wire. Like
Yeah.
Evans is a stud, like bona fide stud. The fact that he wasn't stashed on IR is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's a touchdown stud. If he comes back like next week, that you're gonna be very happy that you had him.
100%, 100%. Because look, the Bucks are 7-5.
Yeah,
They're battling the Panthers, so they have to win games. So Mike Evans is tried and true. Him and Baker Mayfield have a relationship. All right, they hang out outside of the facility, like they do all those things that you want your quarterback and your receiver to do. So, I mean, this is one of them things where, hey, bro, you kind of got to look at that and say, hey, Mike Evans is a touchdown monster. So,
funny somehow this year.
oh, totally. So we talked about bad officiating. I mean, the league's going to have to do something. They're going to have to do something because when you've got retired, super experienced officials working for these networks like ABC, NBC, CBS, ESPN, they have their own in-house like officials making way more money than they ever did, calling games or whatever. But these people have just decades and decades of experience, and they're saying like that's a bad call, or saying that should never been called, things like that. Then it's like, man, why doesn't the NFL? And I heard this on Pro Football Talk actually. They were like, man, why doesn't the NFL just bring in people to be separate from the officiating crew? Like you're not part of that crew, so you don't have any loyalty to that guy saying, is he right or wrong? You're right. But you work for the NFL, and as quality control, you make a decision and then say nope, and you call and say that's not right.
Or even like what the XFL or the UFL or whatever the hell they're calling themselves this year, like what they do with their penalties. There's always like a review on it. Like you can do a review, and there's a guy that like watches the clip, explains what he sees, the whole nine, and then reports it back. Like
so do that.
So like do something like that, at least have like a check and balance, if you will. Because like at the point now, it's like everybody's kind of it's ruining the fun of football, and it's not enjoyable when stuff like that happens. It's only
not at all
when it's the Rams and they're in the playoffs and they get to move on. That's the only time that it's okay. Outside of that, it's bullshit.
No, we got to call it down the middle.
Seriously, there's something that needs to happen with that to even be held accountable. Like these guys don't get fined, they don't get anything. But a wide receiver goes out there, does finger guns, he gets fined $2,000.
They said the nose wipe was violent too.
So like, come on now, like let's if we're gonna start finding people, let's find these damn referees that are making buku money out there and blowing games.
Yeah, like not just affecting games, but you're affecting like playoff standings. Like, why are these owners allowing this to happen? Like, if the owners have all this like power, because they're the 32 individuals or the 32 organizations that make up this entity that is this money powerhouse.
Yeah.
Why are they sitting here not going to Roger Goodell saying, hey, bro, this is BS. But it also kind of, there's a lot of the people out there that's like, oh, well, it's scripted. It's the story. This is what they want. They're pushing it. It's like, well, then you need a third party holding these people accountable. So I want to see public reprimand. You suspend players for bad actions.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I think if there needs to be like a strike system or something, like you get so many bad calls, you're bumping down to another division or something, or you're suspended or something.
Yeah, you're going to fucking ref D2 football, baby. Like you're going to college football.
No, send them down to 7th grade B team football.
dude. But no, like seriously, they need to either be suspended without pay, fined, something. Like
Mm-hmm.
this point it's getting ridiculous and it's changing the trajectory of everything. So if you don't want to look guilty for fixing games or scripting games or any of this other crap, I would be fixing this immediately. Or the money is going to be affected by viewership or all of the above to where it's going to put enough impact on the NFL to have to do something.
Yeah. I mean, there's lifelong football fans that are like, man, this is making me not even want to watch football.
Yeah, and it's going to get to the point where it's just like nobody wants to watch this anymore because
if it's scripted, why am I watching it? If the outcome is already, it's like I already have that. I watch WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Like I already watch a scripted television show.
Yeah, and they're doing a pretty good of selling it,
Yeah, yeah. At least they're doing decent acting.
Yeah, they're kayfabing the hell out of it,
dude. So of course, with all the great players that we talked about this week, one just stood head and shoulders above all the rest. I mean, a phenomenal week. Another week, come to think of it. I mean, after he went ahead and said, like, he was upset, to say the least, had the owner down there while he was complaining, all that stuff like that he wasn't getting the ball enough. His targets were real short. Well, targets haven't been an issue the past 3 weeks at all. I'm talking about AJ Brown.
Arthur
AJ,
Warren, baby.
Which coincidentally, AJ Brown is tied to Treylon Burks.
Yep.
Because if you guys and girls out there remember, in the draft that Treylon Burks came out, the Titans traded the draft pick they traded AJ Brown to the Eagles for their draft pick, which they drafted Treylon Burks. It was literally a 1-for-1. Like, you gave away AJ Brown thinking that Treylon Burks was going to be the next iteration of him. And that didn't work out. 3 years later, he's off your team. You gave up. It didn't work out for you because AJ Brown now is a Super Bowl champion.
Yep.
So
for the cheap boy, for the cheap.
Yeah, they got a deal on that.
Hit it on that, boy.
But yeah, PPR, AJ Brown got you about 35 points. He do what?
Arthur Juan's the man. He got it done this week for you. You know that's his real name, right?
I did not know that, actually.
That's
pretty cool, actually.
Yes, sir. So
that's like Chuck Norris's real name is Carlos.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got 12 targets, so he's getting targets, but he caught 10 of those for 132 yards. Phenomenal. And 2 touchdowns to go with it. Bro, AJ Brown, all I got to say is, yes, Your Highness, you are the king of the week, Mr. AJ Brown. What'd you say, Arthur Juan?
Arthur Juan, baby.
Arthur Juan Brown. You are Kingmaker Sports King of the Week. Congratulations, my guy. Keep up all the good work. I guess, like they say, the squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I guess there's something to that. He's got 33 targets in the past 3 weeks. So
this is look
pretty
good.
Yeah, you're averaging 11 targets a week. It's pretty good. Jalen Hurts still, I don't know what's going on there, but we won't get into that. So let's look at bye weeks. Okay. We only got 4 teams on bye after coming off of Thanksgiving week where we had 0 teams on bye week. Our first team that's on bye week is the New England Patriots. All right. So the big obvious ones here that you're having to replace. You're having to replace Drake May.
Yep.
That hurts. Okay. Because Drake May's been doing phenomenal. You're having to replace Travion Henderson.
Yep.
That hurts because that late season breakout when they actually, hey, wait, we have this phenomenal, talented rookie on our team who can do everything. He can catch the ball and he can run the ball. And, hold on. Didn't he return a kick for a touchdown too?
Yep.
So the kid can do everything. And then you're also having to replace Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. And you're having to replace this damn defense, dude. Because I can tell you what, they've been top 5, top 10 defense with ease every week. And I mean, man, you can't beat that defense. So you're definitely missing some points there, whether it be your casual 9 to 15 from them. Like, man, that's a hard hit too. Whenever you're scrounging for random bucks, if you don't get one of those top. So, good luck. Hopefully, you get the chance to pick up Tampa Bay's defense this week and call it a day.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely go get a defense that's playing a crappy team. That ain't no joke. Pretty much anybody that plays the Jets, right? Isn't that the rule this year? Anybody plays the Jets, anybody that plays the Saints, which is Tampa Bay, anybody plays the Titans too, man.
Yes, sir. Tampa Bay plays at home against the Saints. So
just
great prime time weather right there, boys.
Yeah, they're gonna like that a lot. It's supposed to be sunny and 75 out there in old Tampa. So yeah, go get the Tampa Bay defense against the Aints. I can't even really call them the Saints right now. Like I feel like when I say that word, I should have a brown paper bag over my head, something like that. But next team, the Giants. Jackson Dart and Theo Johnson, maybe, but that's it.
I know Robinson's been good, dude.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You got to give the man some credit. He's not been bad. He's been serviceable, especially in PPR leagues. He's got you at least 10. The last couple weeks he's been pretty solid too. I mean, the dude's starting to come on, and I like it. I think he looks good.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, but he had I don't know, the one against Detroit. I feel like that 30 burger that he gave you is kind of an outlier for him. Not to say he can't get you like a good 15 per week. I'm not saying that. But a 30 burger is like probably not going to hit that the rest of this season.
Oh, no, you're not going to hit that ceiling again unless you're playing like I mean, if you got maybe a Cowboys game.
He did put up 28 against the Cowboys week 2, though.
Yeah. So there might be a chance for him to get another one because I want to play the Cowboys again here soon. Maybe no.
They do play Dallas week 18, but that doesn't help for fantasy. For fantasy, obviously you don't have him, right now if you have to play your last week of the season, but you will have him against Washington and then against Minnesota. So those are two favorable matchups right there.
Yeah, Washington will be a good game for him there.
Yeah, for sure. So that's something good to hold on to. Wan'Dale's definitely going to help you in the playoffs. And also if you've been playing Jackson Dart, which I don't have Jackson Dart as a starting quarterback. I don't, man.
I don't, but I have him as a QB2 in a super flex, and he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, as your QB2 for sure.
Flex, he's great, but like anything outside of that, I wouldn't be trusting him as your starting QB.
Yeah, because it's pretty much like he's having to figure it out. New York without Malik Neighbors, without Cam Scatterboo's emergence, that's rough.
Tracy now, because I'm pretty sure he's probably done. Like, I guess fire up Devin Singletary at some point.
I mean, Singletary got a lot of work.
Yo, Chase, Devin Singletary. Now that I think about it, go pick up that clown if he's available.
That clown? Dang, bro.
I mean, hey, if you're looking for a spot start here, like, listen.
He got you 19 points against a top 5 defense.
Hey, he's going to be the starting running back for the next couple weeks. So, and
yeah, we only got 2 more weeks of him. So if he's gone, because he'll get to rest up and actually get acclimated into the RB1 slot for week 15 and 16. So,
Morales is catching the ball. So he's going to be a PPR monster if he gets acclimated into that offense for a full try.
Yeah, with only getting 51% of snaps against New England, he caught all 3 of his targets for 24 yards. He got you 68 yards on the ground and a touchdown. So, and that's 51% of snaps.
That would be my big waiver wire pickup this week.
we've seen Devin Singletary actually do well when he's the guy.
Yeah. So yeah, my big pickup this week, him and Mike Evans, if they're still available in your waiver wire, go pick them up.
Yeah, especially if running back is like what you're focusing on there, Chase, then yeah, I like that. Devin Singletary for sure. Next team on bye, we are looking at the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, if you had Christian McCaffrey, good fucking luck, buddy. Good luck. Because most likely you're fighting for a spot right now and your best player's on, and you're just praying to God that you have some bum that's gonna like a Tony Pollard that you're wishing that's gonna score a touchdown or something to get you by.
God,
Let's pray for a Blake Corum to get a tug here or something. Like, it's gonna be rough. So yeah, that's something that I'm hurting. A lot of people that I know that have Christian McCaffrey, they're in this situation that they're like, man, like, I'm fighting for a spot here, and like, what do I do? Like, just it's abysmal. And like, even with me, I have Brock Purdy in a whole bunch of my I have him in a couple dynasty leagues and a couple of my actual best ball leagues, some other leagues as well. But there's my dynasty league. It's a 2 QB league, and I've literally had to start 1 QB like 5 weeks this week, and I have 5 QBs on my damn team. Like, this is insane. I have Brock Purdy and Matthew Stafford, and Matthew Stafford's the only one that stayed alive. Like, this is terrible, dude. Like, I have Joe Burrow, who's back, man. Like, it's been a mess. But no, he's been having him out of the lineup is going to hurt again, too, because you're probably dependent on him. And that's another dude that you have out of your lineup. And George Kittle. If you're looking for a tight end, like, you have a stud tight end, you're just screwed on this. And this was something that I tried to warn everybody about early in the season is like, man, there's a week 14 bye, and that's ugly because that's the week before your playoffs. And like, if you're fighting,
that should be illegal.
Yeah, if you're fighting, dude, you're screwed. You're up shit's creek and paddling.
Yeah, for sure. That doesn't make. I hate anything like after week 13 should be just illegal, man. That sucks. And last but not least, the Carolina Panthers, the emerging team of the NFL this year that we don't know where they came from. So, which has made it to where you're playing Bryce Young. You're playing the rookie, Ted McMillan, who has looked really good for you this year. Right. And if you're playing the between game between Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle, you're missing them two guys. Mm-hmm. So, but good thing is, we have some people that could help you out. So, waiver wire.
Yes, sir.
Let's look at some names that could help you in week 14 with some of these guys missing. You know, we got a couple quarterbacks missing. Actually, I mean, really I don't like Jackson Dart as a QB1, but you said in super flex, QB2. So you're missing the quarterback from all these teams. Mm-hmm. You're missing the running back from 2 or 3 of these teams. Mm-hmm. You're missing tight end from a couple of these teams. So what's one waiver ad you have this week to kind of help fill the gap for these guys that we're missing?
So this week in particular, Kyle Monunga is definitely, if he's still available, he's one guy that I'm going after. Especially for like a spot start this week. If you're not spot starting this week, I would probably lean more towards a Devin Singletary because I think he's going to be less owned in most of your leagues there. But that would be my number one right now. If you're looking for a start now, it's going to be Kyle Monunga.
Yeah, if Kyle Monunga is available out there, you definitely want to go grab him. Just because we see like what that's looking like as far as, and even if DeAndre Swift misses time, Kyle Monunga right there. Somebody that if you're missing a George Kittle, a Theo Johnson, Go look at a Brenton Strange. So they have the Colts this week. Okay, another division game. It's a must-win for the Colts, so they're going to be putting up points. And Trevor Lawrence should be under pressure most of this game. So what does that mean? Why Brenton Strange? Because with the quarterbacks under pressure, they want to look for that quick dump-off pass. Who better? Brenton Strange, your tight end. So I'm going to say go pick up Brenton Strange as a good waiver ad this week if you're missing a Kittle or a Theo Johnson, somebody like that. Slayton, what's your next waiver ad you have for everybody?
Waiver ad is definitely going to. I'm playing the long play at this point. You know what it is. It's going to be. You know. So definitely, I am looking at my IR spots, and if either Trey Benson or Mike Evans is still available, I am smashing on those guys.
Yeah, I definitely like what you talked about earlier about Devin Singletary going and grabbing him, especially for our viewer Chase, who had that question about that. So my waiver ad is going to be Jaden Higgins. Now, this is if you have space, right? The Texans are in a position to where, like, hey, we could go on a run and win this thing and then go ahead and make the playoffs. So I don't think that DeMeco Ryans is going to hold back. I think he's going to open up the playbook. He's going to let C.J. Stroud just sling it, which C.J. Stroud didn't look great, but I think he's going to let C.J. Stroud kind of cook and see what they can do because their running game is not good. So they're going to have to throw the ball. So that's why I'm gonna go with Jaden Higgins here. I think Jaden Higgins looks really good, and I think they're getting him more and more involved into the offense. So I don't know. What do you think?
I like it. I think that you could definitely do a lot worse at this point. I mean, yeah, like there's not much left. So if he's still available, I mean, he's at least in a starting offense and somebody that's going to get points, like he's in the starting lineup where he's not a second string. He's not like a sometimes player. So I think that will be a little bit more beneficial than like picking up like a no-name player that's, a spot start there,
Yeah, I mean, the reason why I say Jaden Higgins is because he's getting about 4 or 5 catches a game. He's got 4 touchdowns on the year, and he's seeing the field about 60% of the time. So we're on a team where they have kind of a lot of wide receivers that are on the field. So they're rotating receivers out. For him to see 58 to 60% is pretty good, I think. But injuries. We honestly didn't have that many injuries this week. So one of your bigger name injuries is going to be Mr. Marvin Harrison Jr. Okay, so Marvin Harrison Jr. Went out with a heel injury, which sucks because you have Jacoby Brissett, Jacoby Brissett has been looking so good since he took over. So it really hurts to see that. But if Marvin Harrison Jr. misses time, then this is wheels up for your Michael Wilsons, especially like we talked about Trey Benson at the top of the show, right? If you got Trey Benson, all right, looks like we lost Slayton there for a second. He'll be back. If you got Trey Benson on IR coming back, then oh boy, this is looking really good because older quarterbacks like Jacoby Brissett, being an older quarterback, the journeyman veteran, the journeyman veteran, then he's going to also be looking for I just lost my train of thought. Oh, he's going to be looking for that quick dump off pass. Okay. So with that being said, Marvin Harrison being out, yeah, it hurts you, but I believe that is still going to be okay. it should be like a 1 week thing from what they're kind of saying right now, but we'll see more that's going to come out in the coming days. Dylan Sampson went out with a calf injury, so that kind of hurts you a little bit. Parker Washington went out with a hip injury, so that is going to be for a waiver ad that we talked about earlier in the show, Brenton Strange. Okay, that's just more targets being allocated for Parker Washington for Brenton Strange away from Parker Washington if he misses time with a hip. Okay, a hip with a player like Parker Washington, where everything is using his hips to get in and out of breaks, that's going to be a big deal. All right, it's going to be a big deal for Parker Washington. So, like I said, go get Brenton Strange if he's available on your team. Man, I don't know why I was out in the cold earlier, so that's probably why. But those are going to be our injuries. All right, there wasn't many. As you see, there's only three injuries that really impact anything. But man, other than that, there's nothing crazy going on with fantasy football. With fantasy football injuries, it looks like Amaron Hampton, somebody who has missed time with an injury, he looks like he'll be back for Monday Night Football. So if you've been holding on to Amaron Hampton, you didn't give up. This is good. Amaron Hampton will be back for Monday Night Football. So for all the Kamani Vidal people out there, I don't know what to tell you. Amaron Hampton's a starting running back. So they're probably going to end up saying, like, hey, look, Vidal, like, appreciate you, bro, but it's Hampton's backfield. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyways, it looks like Adam Thielen was claimed off waivers by the Steelers. So Adam Thielen is going to the Steelers, play with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, they're both going to be in the same retirement home. I mean, Adam Thielen's money. I don't think that Roman Wilson, this is for you dynasty owners out there. I don't think Roman Wilson is going to be the answer in Pittsburgh. Of course, we know they have DK Metcalf for the long term. We'll see how that goes. It's looking pretty good right now with Aaron Rodgers, but how is he going to look with another quarterback? Are they going to draft one this year? What's happening with that? We don't know. So Adam Thielen signing with the Steelers. And then, of course, we talked about Amaron Hampton being activated for Monday Night Football. So as you see down here, if you subscribe to @Kingmaker Sports on YouTube, I know we're streaming other platforms right now, but @Kingmaker Sports on YouTube, you will be entered for a chance to win a free NFL jersey once we hit 200 subscribers. Now, we will be doing the drawing live here on the show once we hit 200 subscribers. So if you would like to win a free stitched NFL-style jersey, subscribe to @Kingmaker Sports right there that you see on YouTube. @Kingmaker Sports on YouTube. Also, W is our sponsor for this show. You see them up top. They got all the flavors up there. If you use code Kingmaker, okay, at checkout, Kingmaker at checkout. Actually, I want to say right now it's 30. They bumped it to 30% off. But if you use code Kingmaker, you get a hefty discount, and you get some of that good, clean coffee fruit energy. So, without any further ado, this has been our show. This is the playoff push, everybody. This is it. This is the last week you have to make your claim that I deserve to be in the fantasy playoffs. All right. Most playoffs start about week 15, and then they go through week 16, maybe week 17, depending on your league size or your format or whatever you have. But this is it. Go get these waivers. Go get this win. Get in the playoffs. Get you a ring, get you a trophy, get you a belt. Whatever y'all do in your league, go get that. Okay? Don't hesitate. Every point matters this week. This is it. So, if you have any questions, you will see me Sunday morning, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here at Kingmaker Sports, answering all those last-minute questions for you, heading into the final week of the regular fantasy season. Okay? Let's go get wins. Let's go be royalty. Let's get it. We'll see y'all Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Out.